Video 4, we are going to do the connecting arm for our engine cylinder project. I guess I shouldn't say we're going to do. I'm going to outline that project for you. You see it on the screen, and I actually found this to be one of the more difficult ones to start. There was a lot of trial and error involved. Uh, redid, redid this one once or twice, trying to get it to work. And let's pull up the dimension sheet and take a look at what we've got. There's the mouse. And it's going to be right here. All right, now on this dimension sheet, I've got our dimensions here. So we've got the overall, well, not necessarily the overall height, but we don't really need that. We've got the height or the distance from the center of this arc to the center of this arc or circle. Okay, so we've got a diameter here. We've got a radius on this top one, so you should be able to figure out the diameter there. The connecting points where these lines came through was an interesting thing that I had to calculate. So essentially what I did, and I'm going to give you a little hint here, is I had two circles. And then I drew a center rectangle that had a width of a half an inch. And as I brought it down, I found the points where that half inch center rectangle intersected with the circle. And that established the point where this line coming up needed to intersect, or where it needed to hit that circle. Okay. So the line starts from here and comes down to the circle, and I believe you have a angle. Yes, you're given the angle that line would be created. So you can set the angle, come down, and find then where it hits the arc down here. Now I did do two arcs on this outer. If we zoom into the drawing, and this is just the outer portion. If we look at our look at our shape again, okay, we've got another sketch to carve out this inner portion. But we're creating the outer shape here, but you'll notice there's an arc which goes to here. That's 0.75 inches with the radius, and a radius over here, 0.75 inches. That tells you I drew two arcs. Now, why would I do that? Well, when I created this fillet and the radius here on this join, it worked much better when I had two arcs in place instead of one going a full 180 degrees around. Don't have an explanation for you on that right off the top of my head, but that's what I found to work. A little hint I'm providing you there. So I generated two arcs there. This gives me the outer shape and the initial extrude. This sketch diagram, once again, these sketches that I'm giving you images of show my final work. It doesn't show the lines I trimmed away. This sketch, we have our dimensions. As we look back, we know how high this bottom edge for the cutout in the middle is from the bottom. Okay. We know the distance between the top and the bottom of this. We know that this is an offset, so to speak, of 0.15 inches. All right, and we've got the radius of these corners for a fillet. So you should be able to calculate that and draw that. The next really interesting piece, we know that this inner circle from this first sketch has a diameter of a half an inch, and the outer one, that's a radius, 0.375. You can figure out the diameter there. Well, that's where we're going to find that first extrude. This is the thickness. This draws this shape. It does not add these end pieces where our end cap pin, there's an end cap. See, this is just a half. This arc is just half our circle that would go around the crankshaft. Okay, so that fits around the crankshaft. And as the crankshaft goes around, the connecting rod goes up and down. Okay. When it goes up and down, it moves the piston up and down because the small end at the top is what connects to the piston. Okay. Let's go back and look at the steps that I went through. So I've kind of outlined sketch one. We went through and did the outer shape of it. Sketch two is I extruded that outer shape. Or extrude one, I extruded that outer shape, not sketch two. Sketch two is I created this cutout here, the shape here. I used the one sketch and extruded it from both sides. The dimension sheet will show you the depth. Okay, there's the hint on the depth of the center cutout. So I extruded that from both sides. Now, I'm going to show you the sketch for the connecting points here. We know from our dimensions that these holes are 1.6 inches apart. That means from the center it's 0.8 inches. We know that this is 3.375 inches deep here, and we know that this is centered. Okay, that's some valuable information to us. Let's roll this around and look at it from the bottom. We'll zoom in on the sketch. Naturally, I drew it on one side. My sketch isn't showing. Oh, because it's not open. Let's edit sketch. There we go. All right, so there I created a construction line, got myself out to 0.8 inches. I came down to the center point. That's the center for my circle, which is a diameter of 0.125 inches. I also, on my dimension sheet, have the radius of the arc for the outer side up here, and I drew that from the center point of my circle. So I created this arc. I drew a straight horizontal line from the ends of the arc to the ends of the design. Now, when I extrude that, let's get it where it's visible, it needs to come up through the body and extrude out of this body. Okay, so I took my design another 3/4 of an inch, or is it a 1/10 of an inch, 0.75. Let's go to the bottom view. It's not showing me anything. Let me bring it into play here. 0.075, not 3/4 of an inch. So I came in, I drew a line, 0.075 inches into my design on both the top and bottom, connected them, and that gives me some depth into my design. And when I extrude this shape up, it will come up and then extrude out of my design. Okay, it'll give you the right look as far as it or design where it's part of that foot, that end piece, and just comes out of it a little bit. That's that sketch. You extrude. I mirrored it to the other side. All right, extruded it up. Let's finish sketch. You can see how that extruded up and how it comes up as part of this and coming out. You can see how that arc there shaped shows through it. That's the connecting rod. We'll do the end cap, which is pretty easy next, and probably the end cap pins, the pins that go through these holes. The end cap matches up to the holes and creates the arc on the other side that connects around the crankshaft in the next video. And then I think we'll do the piston. So see you soon.